Hey guys, so it's totally irresponsible of me. Sorry, my camera is shaking back and forth. I'm really unprofessional, so I hope you're fine with that, but that's just how I roll. So today's video is really unprofessional, and it's going to be me just like thinking out about a topic and putting together a bunch of thoughts I have. And I don't really have a specific conclusion on this topic, and I don't think there is one. It's going to be an offensive topic, perhaps offensive because I'm going to really dig deep in some issues that are really important to our society today. And so please look at everything I say with an open mind, and you're more than welcome to comment and tell me if anything you disagree with or anything offends you. But it takes a lot of courage to talk about these topics in the first place. And there was a Brene Brown interview. If you haven't heard of her, she talks about vulnerability and courage a lot, and she's really amazing. And in the interview, she said that she was just terrified to do, I think it was a podcast or a radio show about racism. And so this video is not about racism, but it's about probably the second most offensive topic, which is about, is feminism bad for men? And what's happening in our society and culture right now with women taking on different roles, and it being a very rare thing to have stay-at-home parent anymore, and us sort of blurring the lines between genders and the roles that men and women play. And so I don't think it's a secret that a lot of men feel really lost. I think the election of Trump and the start of movements like men going their own way really shows this point. And I don't think that we should shame them. Like Brene Brown says, I think we should really listen and really watch about what's going on. Because spirituality and enlightenment and having love for one another means that you have to love one another. And it means when we see something in somebody else that makes us react in a certain way, it means that we have to, we're required to really dive deep and figure out where that reaction came from. And so I asked my dad the other day what if he felt more shamed growing up by being too masculine. My friend was saying that men are being shamed for being masculine. And so I didn't agree with this. And so I asked my dad and I asked my husband, and they both said that definitely, like right off the bat, they didn't have to think about it, that they were shamed for being feminine. And so what I think is going on is that our culture really is so materialistic that we put so much more value on masculine traits. And we put a lot of value on making money, on managing our time, on prioritizing time, prioritizing different things. Say no, like going into minimalism, say no to the things that you that are waste of your time, saying getting rid of friends that are holding you back, all that kind of thing. And that flies in the face of love for all and connectedness and Mother Earth. That's why we're destroying Mother Earth, where we've denied the feminine. And so feminism is an attempt for women to say, yeah, masculine, that's where it's at. Let's go get that. That's ours too. Like we shouldn't be cut off from that. And so like we're still supposed to look like women, and a lot of us want to have children and want to have spouses, and at the same time we're supposed to like crush it in a job. And there's no reason why women are miserable and why men are miserable because women are miserable. It's everybody needs to be able to embody the masculine and the feminine. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with a woman who wants to go get a job, be a CEO, be the president of the United States. Yes, please. Yes, please. Someday. Let's do it. But at the same time, women bring some amazing things to the table, and the world is suffering and the world is in pain because those things have been thrown aside for masculine things. And yeah, now I'm feeling like I've ranted too much to you guys, because you as men are the real victims of this. And we've created this culture where the tribe, there used to be roles, like we used to Native American, there were rites of passage for men, and the hunting, they did the hunting, and they had this incredible connection with the earth. And for the women, it was more of a hunting, gathering, making baskets, taking care of children, taking care of the village, staying close to everything. That was more of their role. And then the men were the hunters, and their connection with nature was taking life and having great love and respect for it at the same time. And they had deep spiritual beliefs about taking the life of a deer. And they had beliefs where they would hunt bear, and they would just call the bear out, and sometimes this incredibly powerful, intelligent animal would just come out of the cave, and they would kill the bear and take it. And they saw it as a gift from Mother Earth, and they saw it as not something that they were going out and doing themselves. Like, that was their connection with nature. And we don't have that anymore. Instead, we have all these debates about whether we should kill animals, factory farming, if we should be vegan or vegetarian. And I don't know the answer to that, but I do know that the connection to the earth and having an integrity between the masculine and the feminine, the more that you begin to understand and incorporate the feminine as a man, the more attractive you'll be to women, the more whole you'll become, the more happy you'll become. And it doesn't matter what sort of job or what sort of things that you want to do in life, whether they're taking care of children, more considered more feminine traits, or if you want to be a CEO or hunt or start some incredible type of business, you're going to do a heck of a lot better if you can learn how to incorporate the feminine. And I was talking to this guy the other day, and we were using like water witching to find a water line. And so I asked him if he'd teach me how to do it. I was really interested in it. And so he did, but we had forgotten that we drained the water out of the line, so it wasn't going to work anyway. And so he said to me, before we figured it out, he's like, these aren't working. I'm going to have to buy new ones. I should have known better than to give them to a girl. As if I sort of had some sort of powers that could have ruined them. And he was half joking, but it was half serious too. And we have this sort of like fear of each other. And I never realized to what depth the men have a fear of women, because as a woman, you're raised to have a fear of men and to be careful, like what sort of situations you get yourself in for good reason. But men are terrified of women, and a lot of them are. And that's just a fascinating thing to me, because I've never seen it from that perspective. But we do. Like, women have this sort of power that a lot of men don't understand, and our culture doesn't give them opportunities to understand it. So I think that's all I want to say. Like I said, I haven't really thought out this video very much. I just wanted to put some thoughts together, and I wanted to tell you guys that I really believe that our society is messed up, and I believe that the reason that men are suffering and in pain and having a hard time finding their way, especially young men, I think it's for good reason. And there's a lot that you can do, and personal development and enlightenment and spiritual work and non-duality is completely where it's at, and incorporating the feminine. But I just want to tell you that I feel for you, because I feel like this culture has just gotten to the point where you can't really be who you are, because you're asked to step down for women in a way. And we don't really want you to step down either. We don't really know what we want. And so, like, study the feminine and study love and learn to lead through the heart and watch how women make decisions from their emotions. And instead of passing it off as crazy and not helpful, just really like try to be present with it and try to understand it, because she is the key. She's the key to you realizing who you are and realizing what's missing within yourself. That's all for today, I guess. I love you guys. Talk to you later.